This is Boss from Ukraine. I thought I'd try something different. I used to be drinking with my friends and having good conversations. Well, all my friends are not here, so you're here, so maybe we can have a conversation. I have some cheap whiskey. Teachers, it's not bad. A little water. So, what is going on? Well, situation in Bakhmut is still very difficult, and yeah, the whole thing is very difficult. It seems that we're getting help, but not enough. I think, yeah, you have Russia that is preparing. They really want to escalate this war, so they can explain why they're not winning and they're having such a difficult time. The people who support us, the countries, they don't want to escalate because they're afraid that, well, to be honest, I'm not sure if NATO is ready to do stuff. And yeah, so we get enough to survive, to not lose, but we don't get enough to win. Yeah, so that's pretty tough. But Ukrainians are very strong and smart, so I think we will win in the end, because we also have no way back. It's not like we can say, yes, we'll have peace, because there is no peace as long as that a-hole is there. There will be no peace. So there's that. Yeah. So now it's very important for Ukraine to get their own resources, to build their own drones that are independent of other countries, to build their own munition, so we don't have to wait, because yeah, we have to win. I mean, Russia wants to destroy us. They want to make us into Russia, and we're not. We're free people. We're a democracy. We have some corruption, but I can tell you, I'm now in Greece. It's a little bit less hopeful here, because here they just lost hope in politics. The politics, they don't care. So it's all big hotels here that rule, and poor people pay tons of taxes. It's amazing. I also have to pay tax, which is a little pissing me off. So there's that. And now you might have seen the stuff that is going on with the Russian Orthodox Church. It's not fair to call it a church. By now it's completely infiltrated by the FSB, formerly the KGB, and they just, the only thing they want is for Russia to win, and they have no place in our country. They have to be kicked out, because they are telling the Russians where to hit us. They don't want to bury or do services for our soldiers that died. It's just they're inhuman. Let's keep it that way. And so they have to be kicked out. So, but they will make a fuss, and certainly it doesn't look good kicking out priests. But they're not really priests. They're most of them are spies. They have nothing to do with God. Probably don't believe in it anyway. So, yeah, in my city it's kind of okay. There's still the threat of drones and air attacks because, well, they want us to be scared, and we still think that if they shoot at us, at our power stations, at their houses, they will scare us into submission. But this will never happen. So, yeah, we are planning to go back in September because my son has to go to school. And our future is in Ukraine, not here, not in another country. It's in Ukraine. We have a house there. We have pets there. We have friends there. We love the country and we miss it. So, yeah, that's all kind of scary at this moment. So, yeah. What can you do? We try to donate a lot of money to different causes. I like to donate to the ones that do the most damage to the other side, which is mostly Azov. I like them because they're like international and they do not surrender. They fight really hard. But it seems that they're mostly now looking for new soldiers. So, and there's not a moment where I don't feel guilty about being there, fighting or something like that. But well, I have no military experience, so I would be just walking in the way. And two little children and a wife, and I cannot really leave alone here. So yeah, there's that. I think it will be a difficult time for us, but we will win in the end. It's, yeah. Slava Ukraine. Hierom Slava. Been here now for almost a year. My daughter had her first and will have her second birthday here too, which is weird because I would have thought it would be in a different country. Let's have a little bit more. I have no friends in Ukraine that I have contact with. They're all busy with their own thing, I guess, and I can imagine that who wants to hear from me is safely in another country, in a little vacation home next to the beach, a little bit of a paradise island. So yeah, I can imagine that they are having a much tougher time. This will also be weird. We're going back. I think there will be a difference between the people who stayed and are like tough and traumatized, I would guess. And then the people that have been abroad come back with new ideas, children with new languages, different ways of going to school. Because in Ukraine it used to be pretty strict. I think it will have to change if they want to involve all the kids that have been studying in the different countries. My son, one of his best friends, he's currently in Belgium, in Antwerp, I believe, and he's struggling with learning French, which is I remember how I screwed up that subject when I was going to Dutch school. So yeah, it's gonna be very different. But I think I'm also pretty hopeful because it seems that we're gonna get a lot of support from other countries to rebuild everything, to build new houses, to build new roads, to get rid of the corruption because we still have some, and it's only the rich people that want to sustain this, not the normal people. They voted for Zelensky because he was running on the I don't want corruption, and he was doing an appalling job until he showed what a guy he was by staying in Kiev when the Russians attacked. So yeah, I think everything will be okay at the end. I just hope that it will happen pretty soon because there are many losses on our side, and I cannot imagine like 18-year-old guys, 20-year-old guys going to the front line, fighting, getting captured, being tortured, children being stolen. It's like stuff of nightmares. Sometimes I think I'm in some kind of matrix or something, you know. I remember like the evening before they attacked, I was just walking around with my son in nature, enjoying it. I think I made a post saying like, well, I don't think the Russians are coming because I don't see anything and it doesn't feel like it. But they did. They almost took Nikolaev, our city. We spent the night in underneath a building because there are not really bomb shelters there. Because why would you have bomb shelters? It's like not like we're in the Cold War anymore. So yeah, we spent some times in the hallways, in the bathroom, because the bathroom is the safest place. Because you're pretty protected by shrapnel because of Ukraine. I think in all the old Soviet buildings, the bathroom is inside because it gets so cold. You don't want the window to the outside because if you have -20, this window is going to make your ass very cold if you sit down on the toilet. So that was the safest place for us. But as you see in Zaporizhzhia, Nikolaev as well, if they hit your building with a big bomb, then well, you can do a dance, you can sit under a table or in your bathroom, but you're gonna be buried alive, incinerated. So yeah, weird times. And I guess for some, like here in Greece, for example, in the news they show that Putin was wanted, but they didn't tell that he was wanted for kidnapping children. They left that out. So yeah, it's I don't know. We went to a robotics fair of Lego competition. And so they have a lot of chips there. You can buy robotics, very smart, sophisticated stuff. And there were actually 2 Russian teams. Can you imagine? 2 Russian teams. So these children are they're teaching them Legos, how to make robotics. And then they're gonna use it to kill our children. It just boggles the mind, and yeah, like why would you let them in? Are you kidding me? Who's gonna check them? What if they buy all these little robots that they sell there, because they sell stuff there, and they will end up in a bomb or a drone that hits somebody's school, church, living room. It just boggles the mind. It's like some people just live in some alternate reality, think that, oh, it's not that bad. Well, it is that bad. They are bad people. If there's anything I know for sure now, is that I cannot stand any Russian Nazis. And yeah, it's just, I don't know what to say. So the Russians cannot leave their country anymore. They cannot drive a car. They cannot own a car if they don't go to the army. And you see all these movies of soldiers complaining about not having enough kit, being badly treated, but nobody's complaining about the fact that they have to attack our country. And I know that they all have family in our country, and they just don't care. They just don't care about shooting down our buildings or stuff. Like, what the hell are they doing in our country? But let's keep it at a positive note. We still have Bakhmut. We managed to do a lot of damage. They're now not attacking with armored vehicles anymore, because we got these bombs from the US. And what they do is they're like cluster bombs. So they shoot and they drop mines. So they are shot by artillery and they drop mines, and they can actually, what they do is they drop mines behind the enemy lines. So they wait until the Russians come. The Russians have cleared the road. So they shoot this rocket, drop all the mines behind them on that road that they think it's clear. Then they hit the first tank or armored vehicle that comes to us. And because we know all the places, because it's our country, we know the coordinates of all the roads. Because if you don't go over the road, you get stuck, because it's just a muddy business there. So they try to move back, but then they explode, and then they explode, and they drive over the track that they thought that was cleared, and they explode. So that's pretty good. But now they're just from people at the meat grinder. They just waves of like zombie-like people attacking us, which is really hard. We're running out of bullets. There's so many of them that we don't have bullets. They send the first ones out, and then we shoot at them, and then they have the more experienced shooters behind the cannon meat, and they see where we're shooting from, and then they will use artillery to try to knock our guys out. So they have to be on the move all the time too. But if you're on the move, you cannot shoot down those waves. So then it's just horrendous stuff there. And I think there's maybe 10 people that want this war, that are the cause of this. So if you think that everything is too expensive, tomatoes are €3, well, you tell your friends to NATO to just give us weapons or do it yourself. Knock them out. If the threat is gone, we can bring you all the food again, and everything will be cheap again like before. But you need men and politicians with guts. And the ones that we have, they ruled over 2-3 years. And yeah, it doesn't work. But at the end, everything will be Ukraine. What was Ukraine? I hope I'm not being too negative, but I thought this is a good way to talk about fears, doubts, frustrations, cheap whiskey, and friends. If you're watching this, you're my friend. Yeah. Now we have to make sure that the good politicians don't screw it up, and the bad politicians that are sponsored by Russia come to power, because then we'll have a big cluster duck. Let's call it that. So yeah. If there's one thing to learn from all this stuff, is that you have to seize the day, enjoy your family, enjoy every day that you have, every moment, because you don't know what is going to happen. To be honest, I don't think that Russia is even capable of shooting atom bombs. And where would they shoot them at? I mean, and for China is using like cheap copies of Russian equipment, and we all know how the Russian equipment was. They have no experience except for with people that have no weapons, like Tibet. If you see what they did there, those were people that had no weapons. They didn't want to fight. So I don't think China is a big problem, to be honest. I think it's like a paper tiger, just like Russia is turning out to be. But it's still good to be prepared and just make sure that you don't have no regrets. Spend time with your kids, your wife, family, husband. Like I'm doing every day now. If I'm making movies about what is going on, the next night I have horrible nightmares. I can tell you that. Jesus Christ. I have nightmares that I'm running with my son and Russian drones are chasing us, and you know that artillery is coming if they see us, and you cannot do anything against artillery or big bombs. So maybe this will be easier on my mind. Well, I think my whiskey is almost done. It took a lot of your time. I hope you have a good night, and if you like this, let me know. Maybe I could do it live sometime. You can ask me questions, maybe cheer me up a little bit with stupid questions. My sunglasses are against the light because it's pretty dark in here, as you can see. It's very nice. You can see many stars. It makes you think, what is out there, huh? Why are these flipping aliens not helping us? What the heck? Bunch of a-holes. Anyways. Well, hope you have a good night. Let's have one last toast to Ukraine, to your health, to everybody's health except for the Russians. Aye. Managed to spill it over me. Well, that was it for tonight. Too much of anything is not good, except for drones and weapons. But whiskey, you have to take it easy. I'm not a big drinker anymore. I'm trying to be healthy. Well, stay healthy, and I hope everything turns out fine. And I'm a negative Nancy. Slava Ukraini.